And so to a team everybody has a soft corner for. I'm talking Rajasthan Royals today and how much joy they've given us in the IPL. Always known to be a value for money side. We always joked it was Shane Warne, 3 or 4 others and 4 or 5 children that played that inaugural year in 2008. But look at the galaxy of talent that's come through the ranks, that grew well over there. Jadeja, Pathan, Rahane, so many people found their feet in Rajasthan Royals. 2013, they converted Jaipur into a fortress, didn't lose a game, was a fantastic place for the Rajasthan Royals to play. So what have we got in terms of our top 5? At number 5 is the story of 2 super overs, both against KKR. One, we're going back to 2009. Remember Kamran Khan? Shane Warne had this ability to make players out of just anybody, and out came Kamran Khan at virtually nothing to defend, Sourav Ganguly in strike, and the Rajasthan Royals won it. And then of course the other one, this time 2014, 3 to win of the last ball. Steve Smith is batting. He just nudges it at cover and comes running back for a second with his hands are held aloft because he knows they're going to win it on the count back. Remember count back boundaries? Remember 2019? Well, long before we all outraged over 2019, the Rajasthan Royals had won a game where the super over was tied and they won on a count back, and Steve Smith knew it. By the way, the KKR-RR rivalry was interesting too, because Praveen Tambe took a 2-ball hat-trick against KKR. How do you take a 2-ball hat-trick? One of them was stumped down the leg side, of course, but KKR-RR, good story. Each of the 3 examples that I'm giving you actually ended in favor of the Royals. What have we got at number 4 then for the Rajasthan Royals? Much as was the case with CSK, I think Rajasthan Royals found themselves in that controversy, if anything, even more so. Chandila, Chauhan, Srishant. Suddenly Rahul Dravid is woken up in the middle of the night saying there's police in the hotel lobby, and he laughed to his friends afterwards. I didn't have a spinner to use in the next game because they were all elsewhere. They were with magistrates rather than anywhere else. So that whole incident around the spot fixing, proved or otherwise, manipulation is probably a better word, was something that the Royals would want to forget very quickly, because they always placed a lot of store on being a good, positive, forward-looking franchise. So yeah, it's number 4 wasn't a happy moment for the Rajasthan Royals. Right, number 3, what have we got for number 3? I remember number 3 well, because I was in Mohali on the way to a game and I could not believe what was happening as I was updating the scores. They're playing against Mumbai Indians, the Rajasthan Royals. The game is over. The top order is finished. They've done nothing. The asking rate is about 12-13 and over. They need lots of runs in very few overs. And suddenly, Yusuf Pathan came around. And you know, in those days when Yusuf Pathan batted, you just stopped what you were doing, because he didn't slice you, he didn't dice you, he didn't cut you. No, he just pummeled the daylights out of you. He just hit you smack in the face and hit 100 of 37 balls. And all of a sudden, 212, which was the target, looked very, very small. And they just fell short by 4 runs after Yusuf Pathan got out. He was incredible, Yusuf Pathan. They called him the statement maker. And that's exactly what he was doing, occasionally with the ball and dramatically with the bat so often. What have we got against number 2? Another run chase all the way back in 2008, 215 to chase against the Deccan Chargers. Andrew Simons had hit a century. Then Graham Smith got some runs at the top of the order. Yusuf Pathan smacked 61 of 28 balls. And then out came Shane Warne, his own style, backing away one side, hitting over cover, moving inside, donking over mid-wicket, and he hit Andrew Simons for all those runs in the end, 22 of 9 balls, and they got there. It was a different side, Rajasthan Royals. Remember Sohail Tanvir? He took 6 for 14 in one game, but it was that kind of side, Rajasthan Royals. So Sohail Tanvir's performance would also be one of the great ones. And now number 1 on my list, and that's an easy one. When the auction was going on in 2008, it seemed incredibly that Shane Warne would not be picked. He'd been retired already for a while. And then in a moment of inspiration, in one of the defining moments of the IPL, they put the pedal up, made Shane Warne captain, and he just made a fantastic team. Look at the people that passed through Rajasthan Royals in 2008 on 8 and 9. Actually, if you're doing nothing else, just go down the scorecards of all the matches they played in that period and just see the names that popped up, the names that came in and produced little individual performances that won it, for his great ability to inspire youngsters as the most innovative, inspirational captain in T20 cricket as it stood then, and for taking Rajasthan Royals to a fairy tale win in 2008. If you'd asked someone, will Rajasthan Royals win the IPL in 2008, they'd have laughed and said, go somewhere else. To me, Shane Warne is captain. Winning the IPL in 2008 is by some distance their number one moment.